Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. Today, I have zero room on my desk because it is absolutely covered in amigurumi. I have fallen so far down the amigurumi rabbit hole that I am in Wonderland. I'm not joking, and I'm not even going to show them all to you. I mean, you can see a little amigurumi butt poking out right there. I made this one just now. I'm going to make an egg to put him in. I have in fact used the pink and the yellow. There's two more on the desk. We're not going to show you because we're going to save some stuff for Monday Makes, but I am so far down the amigurumi rabbit hole that I don't know what I'm doing at this point. Mr. Cinnamon came in here a few minutes ago because I've been making amigurumi so much I didn't make a Thursday video because I've been like head deep in the amigurumi world. I used up every bit of my fluff. And by fluff, I mean my polyfill. I used every bit of my polyfill. I had a giant box. I used all of it. By the way, RJ loved his dinosaur. He loved it, and he said it's going to be in the background in his videos. If you don't know who RJ is my daughter's boyfriend, who is another one of my children at this point. I absolutely adore him. He does have a YouTube channel. He is Rad Awesome Shark. All one word, Rad Awesome Shark. I will link him below. His videos are all over the place. But he just released a little snippet of him playing guitar, which was really good. He's really talented when it comes to music, and I think if he just really focused on his videos, he could be big. I just know this. He has talent and he has personality, and I absolutely adore him. Anyway. Isn't this cute? I used, where did I put it? I just had it. It's under the yellow dinosaur. I used anti-pilling acrylic from Premier Yarns because I have a bunch in green and I just wanted a little tiny green guy, and I'm gonna make him a little Easter egg. Well, not neat. I'm gonna make him. He's gonna be in a little dinosaur egg. I'm trying to figure out how to get a dinosaur egg that will actually fit his little body in it, but you guys all suggested that I do that, and so I'm absolutely gonna do that. The irony is, these have the same amount of stitches in it and took the same amount of time to create. I used and I never ever go below a 4mm hook. I used a 3.5mm hook with that yarn. And I used my little tiny eyes. I just think he's adorable. It looks on the camera like there's a default there, but when I look at it, there's not one. It's fine. He's cute. He's so stinking cute. I am kind of obsessed with the dinosaurs, which is crazy because I'm not a dinosaur nerd. I'm not particularly interested in dinosaurs. I actually made this one too, but this one, his head came out kind of funky. So he kind of reminds me of Dino from the Flintstones. He's the wrong color, but yeah, they're like I said, there's... Oh, Mr. Cinnamon came in here. He didn't realize I was going to come in here. I came in right behind him. He's turning my lights off. I said, I need to get in there. And he looked at my desk. He's like, wow, you have a whole menagerie. I really, really do. And then I had to go, we're going to talk about fluff because I had to go on the hunt for fluff and polyfill. The stuff that goes in pillows. This stuff. this stuff because I used it all. And you want to see how much? You remember yesterday, right? I showed you all the yarn I bought from Joann's. I have this much left. I have this much left. I have this much left. And then I pulled this out for her horns, which is not fluffy yarn. Oh, and I have this much left. So I had to go on the hunt for polyfill. And polyfill is expensive, in case you don't know. So I was like, okay, polyfill for a 5-pound box at Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby's whatever their weird off-brand is, was $14.99. Okay. It is $24.99 for the polyfill brand, the blue box or the blue label, at Michael's. I had a 25% off coupon, and my daughter, we all have our own, me, my husband, and my daughter, we all have our own Michael's rewards thing. And so one of us always has rewards or coupons or something, and we share them. And so she's like, I have a $5 voucher. I was like, okay, $5 voucher plus the 25% off. That will make it the same price as the off-brand of polyfill at Hobby Lobby. And I really did not want to go to Hobby Lobby, like, at all. I don't like Hobby Lobby. I don't like Michael's either, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so went to Michael's, and they had the 5-pound boxes. Okay, we're going to do some math. For $24.99 retail. I paid $15 because I had coupons and a reward. They had a 20-pound box, okay, for $139. $139. Now let's do a little simple math. $25 for 5 pounds. Okay. So to get 20 pounds, you divide 20 by 5, which is 4. So if you bought 4 boxes of the 5-pounders, it would cost you $100. Or the 20-pound box cost you $40 more. What math is this? What in the... Like, seriously, what is Michael's thinking? I was so mad. I was so mad. And then I'm walking through Michael's, and I was looking at the yarn. I'm trying to adjust you guys, just so I feel like you're up too high. I feel like you're down too low. I'll just back you up there. Maybe, no. I was like, what is happening? And not only that, I was looking at the yarn at Michael's. My Michael's is terrible for yarn. They always have been. I don't think that made a difference. It'll be fine. My Michael's has always been hit or miss. And the yarn department is shrinking, and they're bringing in fabrics. And I was walking through Michael's, and I kind of had an epiphany. I was like, they are trying to... And the last time I went to Michael's, they had signs up on all the shopping carts that now that Joann's and Party City are closing, Michael's will cover all of your needs. They put that on all their shopping carts. I was like, that's distasteful. That's distasteful. There's a lot of people losing their jobs. And at any given time, Michael's only has 1 or 2 employees in the entire store anyway. So I'm like, all these people in our local area are losing their jobs, and you're like gloating that you'll take care of our needs. Like, I just found that distasteful. So now my local Michael's has 3 aisles, both sides, of fabric. And the fabric is the same fabric designs that I've seen at Joann's for 60% less than what Joann's was trying to sell the same fabric for. And I was like, okay, I could see the fabric people going to Michael's and like really cleaning up. I could see that. I have no problem with that. But they're kind of screwing themselves because, and this is just my personal opinion, I could be totally wrong. I am not a businesswoman. I am not in corporate America. I don't even pretend to understand the logic of corporations, okay? They're doing away with the yarn and bringing in fabric. It kind of makes sense to bring in fabric, but not do away with the yarn. Because what is the most popular craft right now? Is it quilters? No. It's fiber. It's yarn arts. It's amigurumis. Think about it. When you go to a craft show, there's always yarn people. There are more and more fiber festivals popping up everywhere. Joann's literally was trying to save their business by bringing in more yarn before they went out. And I fully believe that they could have done it on the yarn alone, because every Joann's that I have visited in the past couple of months since this has happened, the yarn has disappeared off the shelves way before the fabric. And again, this is just my personal opinion. I mean, I could be 100% wrong. And I say this openly. This is just my opinion, and I'm just telling you my opinion. Because these are the things I was thinking walking through Joann or Michael's. I was like, they're getting rid of all of the yarn options. Like they've gotten rid of most of. They don't even have Premier Yarns in Michael's anymore that I have seen. They used to carry Cotton Fair. They used to carry the Bamboo Fair. They used to carry. They would every once in a while have like a new release from Premier Yarns. I'm like, they're not carrying Premier. There's very little. I mean, they have line brand, but it's like the Woolies is what they carry, and I don't think Woolies is line brand's #1 yarn. I could be wrong about that too, but and then they have a bunch of Bernat blanket yarn, and very little. Like my store personally has very few fun colors of the blanket yarn that makes the real cute amigurumis. So this is just my personal opinion. I'm also seeing crochet, specifically crochet, pop up more and more on runways, on fashion shows. There are more designers using crochet in their designs. And because crochet is so big right now, I'm not discounting knitting at all. I'm not. But I mean, knit fabric has always been popular for years and years, but now we're starting to see more crochet come out, like a lot. And I just think Michael's is taking the wrong path. I'm just gonna say that. I think they're taking the wrong path. But I did get my polyfill for $15, and so that's what's in this little cute guy. Look how cute that is. I'm having so much fun with these stupid dinosaurs. And honestly, I can make other things. The Triceratops I kind of showed you a glimpse of, I designed that out of my head. I can make amigurumi. I can think of 800 things I can make with some of these colored yarns. I'm so stuck on the dinosaurs. And that's unusual for me because I do not repeat things. In case you guys haven't noticed, I made this shawl and then I made just one more and I was done. I didn't want to ever look at that shawl design again. I don't even want to wear those. I'm just done. Same thing with that tank top over there. I made that tank top and then I made a second one for the tutorial. I have not wore it or touched another one. I have the yarn on my desk. I wanted to make another one out of skinny yarns. I get my brain. Sometimes I will hyperfixate on something, and I think that's what's happening with the dinosaurs. I'm hyperfixating on it because, like, I'm getting instant gratification from it, so like it's paying off. But when it's something that a wearable, I very rarely make a wearable over and over again because I get bored with it, or if I learn a new pattern from maybe a pattern that I purchased or a pattern that I got free off of the websites, I won't make it more than once. Unless I screwed up the first one and I wanted to fix it. So I make a second one, but I very rarely make more than one. And I have now made 5 brontosauruses, and 2 triceratops, which I will show you all in Monday in much greater detail. Her particular makes me so ridiculously happy. Now I'm going to tell you, the green one, he's got a little trauma built into him because my daughter, I'm telling you, I was working on him, and I was like, I was doing some work on him. I was loving him. I was enjoying making him. And she's all, hey, well, we're sitting here. You guys want to watch The Last of Us? Last of Us is a TV show with Pedro Pascal in it. She's in love with Pedro Pascal. She's got like a granddaddy complex. Like she's head over heels for Pedro Pascal. Okay, like her RJ even knows. Like her boyfriend knows that like there is no comparison with Pedro Pascal. Okay. And I'm not particularly into The Last of Us because I don't like zombie or any apocalypse type movies. They scare me, and I don't like grody, slimy, bloody type stuff. Now it's just crazy because I loved horror flicks when I was a little kid. I loved them when I was a teenager, but something in my brain like clicked when I had a child, and I realized how scary the world really is. And I swear it was the day I gave birth to her. The world all of a sudden became very real to me, and scary movies scared me too much, and I started having nightmares with all kinds of stuff, and I just think that the reality of if something happened to my child, I could not survive that. So everything became real, you know? It's the only way I can explain it. So I don't like any of those kind of movies anymore. Because, and which is really ironic because I watch murder documentaries and trials for funsies. I don't begin to understand my psychology at all, and I like to even describe that to people. People probably think I'm crazy, but I don't like, they scare me, they give me nightmares, okay? And so she's like, and I watched all last season of the first season of The Last of Us with her, which is a zombie movie. And I mean, technically they're not technically zombies, but it's zombie-ish, okay? So I watched all last season, and I got really attached to Joel and Ellie, which are the main characters. And there's a really good storyline behind all the zombie scary stuff, right? End of the world apocalypse crap. And we all knew, this is a spoiler alert in case you have not watched it. Cut off the video here if you don't want to hear this, okay? Joel Miller died. I'm traumatized. The way that they killed him and the way that she saw it, and I was holding my triceratops because at this point I had sewed on his I forget what that's called, shield, whatever you call that, his whatever, okay? I was sewing that on, and I literally was grabbing him and holding him, staring at the TV, crying. Completely traumatized. So when I was making her, when I got to the same part on her body, like the visions of the stupid TV show started flashing in my head, and I was like, no, I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see it again. So we might have to lay off the Triceratops, but honestly, I really like making the Triceratops, so I think we're going to play Duck, Duck, Goose, and I'm going to do Brontosaurus, Triceratops, etc. Because I made this one, and actually, I didn't know this. Little man has a Triceratops about this big upstairs, and he brought it down so that I could use it for inspiration. I bought it for him last year at one of the yarn fests. I didn't remember buying it for him. I didn't even know he had it, but he was so excited to bring it down and set it next to me so that I could use it for inspiration. It was so cute. So, yeah. I am plowing through the blanket yarn, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This dinosaur in particular, he's made out of the nipples. And by that, so you guys remember I did the tutorial for the booby pillow? Okay, this was the yarn I used for the nipples. And so I have a nipple dinosaur. And you can see, like, we're making giant skeins into balls, which I'm not mad at all. And I still have a box back here that's a ball. Because that was an Easter bunny. I still have this one. I have the white, the two blues, and then the 2 summer colors left. But I was surprised. And I also have the lighter color. From the boobs left over. And yet I'm recording this on my phone, so the video audio is probably not going to be the greatest. I'm just going to upload it straight from my phone because I didn't have a video and I really wanted to have a Thursday video. So next up is I'm going to make a little egg for him, but I think I'm going to use my leftover white from, this is my parfait, and I'm going to make him an egg to live inside, or at least a half of an egg, so he's crawling out of the egg. I think I'm going to make a whole egg, but I don't know how I'm going to get it so that it fits over his head without crushing him in there. I don't know, but that's parfait. I think I told you, I don't remember if I told you guys, I ordered what I'm calling a sampler pack from Premier Yarns of their fuzzy chenille style yarns. I ordered a hodgepodge. I went on their website and I clicked polyester yarns because these are all polyester. And then I was like, oh, that comes in a pretty color. I'm gonna get one of those. I'll get one of those. So I got some of the parfait fruits. I got some of the chenille, the basic chenille. I got like a whole hodgepodge. Because I'm so far down the rabbit hole. I'm looking at Alice. I'm in Wonderland. I'm so far down the rabbit hole. I followed the white rabbit, okay? I did. I openly admit it. I've probably lost my mind. I'm just having fun with the dinosaurs. And it's crazy because for the most part, and I'm not doing a tutorial on any of these dinosaurs, don't ask. There's 8,000 people who do amigurumi designs, and I am not going to do the math so that you guys can understand how to do this. There are a ton of designs out there. Are they exactly like mine? No. But I'm not. The amount of work that has to go into creating a tutorial for an amigurumi is just more than I care to do. And honestly, I don't want to destroy the fun that I'm having with the dinosaurs. And you can be mad at me, but like that's just I don't want this to turn into work. And even Mr. Cinnamon is like, you should sell those dinosaurs. They're really cute. And I had a couple people ask, are you going to sell those? Are they going to be in your Etsy? Can I buy one from you? I had several people ask, and I'm like, honestly, I love the dinosaurs so much. I don't want to get rid of them. If at some time I decide that they can go live with someone else, I will absolutely put them in my Etsy shop and let you guys know. He's mine for keeps forever, as is this pink one. And probably that yellow one. I'm just probably all of them, okay? I love all of the dinosaurs, and I don't want nobody to get hurt feelings. Oh, I just really like them. I want to make a whole display. I want to make a TikTok video with Lori Berkner, "We Are the Dinosaurs" song, and just have them marching through the yard. I want to go sit in the yard with my brightly colored dinosaurs and just play with them because they make me happy. Even Ponyo really liked this one. She sat on my lap the whole time I was making him. I just thought he was so stinking cute. I clearly have lost my mind. But I've also had a lot of people message me and say things like, you work really hard, you should be able to, especially with yesterday's video, you work really hard, you should be able to buy yourself yarn and not feel guilty about it. And the reason I think I was feeling so guilty is because I didn't want to spend $100 on blanket yarn ever. And I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it. And now I'm like, okay, it was stupid to guilt myself that much. It really was. I'm having so much fun with the dinosaurs. That's why I don't want to make a tutorial. That's why I don't want to, I don't want to sell them. This is just something for me because I do work really hard on this channel. I know I could very easily just come on and talk to you guys every day, and a lot of you would be happy with that. But I work every day for this channel. I work 6 days a week on this channel. I really do. Between recording, editing, uploading, making things specifically for the channel. I mean, if you include me making things for the channel to show on the channel, that's actually a 7-day week thing, but I don't count. Like, I do fun crochet in between, but the tutorials and researching yarn sales and researching yarns and doing testings and all that stuff, it's 6 days a week I work on the channel. So, I mean, it's work. Am I working 8 hours every day? Not anymore, thank God. Because I was for a while. I was working 8 hours every day, sometimes 10 to 12 hours a day. I don't do that anymore. I set banker's hours. My kid comes first. The job comes second. You know, everything else falls into line when it can. But, yeah, I think the dinosaurs are just something for me. I even ordered more eyes. They're not supposed to be here until May, but I even ordered some more eyes because I really like this style of eyes on the dinosaur because it's stinking cute. It just gives them a little bit of character. So I ordered some more of those. Although someone sent me these in Happy Mail, and I really like these because these eyes sing in. And I love the expression it gives them. It's so stinking cute. The eyes make all the difference in the world with amigurumi. They really do. And I have so many eyes at this point, but I'm really like thinking about the face because this bunny taught me a lot. Like, if you don't have the right eyes and the right face things, it just makes the rabbit look weird. Like, and somebody actually asked for him. They're like, I'll buy him off of you. I wouldn't feel right selling him. He's just, you know what I think makes him look extra weird is his mouth, first of all. But these eyebrow things that are happening from where the yarn pooled, it just makes him look like he has weird eyebrows. And his mouth, you know what, I think I should cut his mouth off. I don't like his mouth. We're going to do that. I'm just going to cut it out. It's going to be fine. Because that is what I really don't like, if I can get it out without cutting everything else. Ooh, clipped it. So yeah, I'm actually waiting. I have 2 orders coming from Premier Yarns that have not shipped yet. I'm waiting for the 2 of those to ship. I'm waiting rather impatiently. Also, the Dottie yarn on Premier Yarns is on sale for $5 a ball, and the Dottie is what we made. Oh, I went to work without you? Are you so sad? Daddy was trying to get you to go to bed, sir. I heard him yelling at you. You didn't want to go to bed with Daddy? You want to stay up with Mama? Because you love me. This is what the Dottie works up like. Because I used it for the tutorial. $5 a ball. And it took less than 2 balls to make a 4X tank top. Just saying. And it's super pretty. And it's real soft. So, if you need yarn, you need to stock up. I would buy that now. They also have the bamboo pop is on sale. Now, the bamboo pop is also beautiful for garments. And I know this because I made a tank top years and years and years ago that I still have out of the bamboo pop. And the only thing with the bamboo pop is it's bamboo. So bamboo tends to be splitty because of the fibers. Oh, he almost got his mouth all the way out. The bamboo pop is on sale. You're on my phone, so I can't look at what the price is, but as always, if you buy from Premier Yarns, click my link below to support the channel. Okay. He's got a little bit of pink left. See, that's cuter. Doesn't it look better without his mouth? I think the mouth is what was messing it up. Now he's a perfectly cute rabbit. I also am not real sure about his bow tie, but we're going to leave it because, you know, he's cute. All right, there. now we did that. We accomplished something else. I almost bought some more of the minikins. Actually, I may have ordered some of the minikins. They're on sale 3 for $5. And I think I ordered some because I think I want to make another snake, which is also some I really... See, here's the thing. I like amigurumis that are not necessarily feminine, which is crazy to me because all the garments I make are extremely feminine. And even though my dinosaur is very brightly sparkly pink, dinosaurs are traditionally thought of as a boy animal. Snakes, boy animal, right? I want to make the creatures that are more masculine, but I want to make clothes that are more feminine. And that makes perfect sense in my mind because when I was a little kid, I preferred boy toys. I wanted my entire life growing up as a child, I wanted a remote control car because my mom did these Christmas parties every year through JT something or another. There's this guy that came around in a van, and he would come to our house, and he had catalogs, and you could buy stuff on layaway, and that's how my Uncle Peaches got all of his TVs, like Zenith TV, Zenith Radio. He would put it on layaway because he was on SSI, because he was disabled. He couldn't read. That kind of disabled, you know. What do they call it? Intellectual disability. I think that's what they called it. He was on SSI for that. So like he would have to save up to get a TV and stuff like that. And so he would come and they would do a Christmas party every year, and they would set up this amazing display of toys that there was no way I would ever get for Christmas because we couldn't afford that, which is so wild that my mom did these parties with these expensive things that, I mean, she could have got the stuff on layaway because they did do that, but it's just wild to think of it. Putting all these great, amazing, cool toys and like things and gadgets in front of little kids that could not dream to ever have a Christmas that looked like that. Absolutely wild. But while the stuff was there, it was on display and it was set up so that people could play with it, and she would let us play with some of the toys, and I would always gravitate for the remote control car and I would go play with it. And even to this day, like, I'm fascinated by remote control cars. I want like a really fast one. I just like the idea of that kind of stuff. So even as a little kid, my bike was a boy's bike. My best friend in the whole world was a little boy, and we did all kinds of tomboyish stuff together. Although he would play Barbies with me on occasion, because he had 2 sisters. But we mostly rode our bikes and tried to do tricks on our bikes and played in the mud, you know, that kind of cool stuff. Hated the color pink when I was little. Hated dresses when I was little. Because dresses get in the way of playing. They really do. So, yeah, I'm gravitating towards the, I don't know. Dinosaurs don't have gender, like, they're not gender specific. That's such a stupid, backwards way of thinking, is that only boys can play. And that's why I didn't ever get a remote control car when I was little, because it was a boy toy. They bought me dolls. It's crazy. It's just weird. Anyway, I'm really liking that. And I do want to make a snake now. Now that I'm thinking about it, I want to make another snake. I don't want to make it all one color though. And so, either of these would be a cool snake. Right? This would be a banana python. This would just be a cool looking snake. But also, I really do think I ordered some more minikins. And the minikins are multicolored. And I also ordered some of the fruit yarn. Can you imagine a little fruit snake? A fruit snake, okay? Now, I never put my banana yarn away. I ordered this in the parfait style yarn, so I think I also ordered the banana. I could make an actual banana snake. I think I'm gonna have to do that. I think I'm going to have to do that. So when you guys watch Monday Makes video, just be prepared. There is going to be a ridiculous amount of amigurumi because I really think I'm going to keep going for the rest of the week. Like today in my world is Wednesday, and I know that you're watching this on Thursday. I've been making about, on average, a dinosaur a day because they do take a bit of time. I've also been watching people that make amigurumis and sell them in the markets. I'm not ever doing a market because to me that is a level of stress I'm not willing to do to myself. I'm not going to do it. I already know I did a yard sale a couple of years ago in our neighborhood, and I made a bunch of stuff to try to sell at the yard sale, and people were offended because it wasn't yard sale prices. And so I thought, okay, I screwed up. That was stupid. But then I thought about all the pressure and the stress of trying to get stuff made to sell in the yard sale. I can't imagine doing that. Some of these people go to markets every week, every other week. I can't imagine doing that every month. Or even, like, that's a lot of work. So, if you're one of those market people, I give all the credit to you. I could not. That is a level of stress I do not want to give to myself at all. And again, I don't want to make the dinosaurs a work thing. I just want to make dinosaurs for fun. And snakes, because I have 2 snakes. One is up there, and I don't know where I put the other one. But, yeah. I'm going to take the scrap balls. So all these cute little scrap balls are going to become chickens. Not chickens, but the little baby chicks and the eggs like I showed you guys on Monday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch Monday's video. So, should probably take those eyes out of here. I probably need to go to the store. I want to buy a big plastic container with the dividers for all of my eyes, because this is not even close to all of them. I want to have a divider for them. They're not even close to all of them. And most of these I didn't buy for myself. Like, a lot of these were gifted to me. So, I have a lot of eyes. These cartoon ones are my favorite right now, though. And the next favorite are the ones that sink in. I think these were from Amazon, but like I said, these were sent to me in Happy Mail. I actually have one that I messed up. They kind of lean, see, like they're looking either down or inward or to the side. I really like this style, but this cup, like, sucks them in to the fabric, like I showed you on the Triceratops. This one was supposed to be in a dinosaur, but I think I had to frog it back or something. So I pulled the eye out. But I really like that style eye too. So that is our toward the end of the week check-in. I have no idea what we're going to have for a Friday video. I was hoping my Premier Yarns would be here by now. It hasn't even shipped yet. I ordered the new cotton yarn. And I ordered, like I said, I placed an order of amigurumi yarn. None of it has shipped yet. And even though I'm only 5 hours away from Premier Yarns, it can take up to 2 to 3 days to get here because it has to go to Richmond first. And Richmond's like the big hub between us. And it always gets stuck there. It always gets stuck there. So, what are you guys making today? Tell me what you're working on. I'm enjoying this. I'm really liking this. And I never thought I would. I do amigurumi very rarely. And I have a couple amigurumi tutorials on the channel. I have the snake. I believe I made a snake tutorial, right? I have a snowball. I showed the egg in another video. I did cherries. I don't remember what other amigurumis I should probably go through my tutorials and look. and section those out and put them in an amigurumi folder. But I don't like doing the amigurumi tutorials. That's not my jam at all. You guys want to hear another funny story? We bought a brisket, and it was already seasoned brisket, so it had a lot of black pepper on it, which sounded real good to me and Mr. Cinnamon. It was on sale, so it was like $17 for this big giant brisket. And the size of the brisket, it would have been 3 meals, okay? Easily. And I tell him, I'm going to go put it in the smoker. We're going to smoke the brisket. It'll have a lot of flavor. It'll be good. And I seasoned the heck out of it this morning. I put it in the smoker. We have an electric smoker. And when I tell you the rest of the story made me cry, I was devastated. I go outside. First of all, my backyard is really, really bright in the morning. The smoker's on my back deck. I'm doing this to try to see the digital screen so I can turn it on. Now, the button labels have been pulled off. I don't know why. My husband knows where they're at. So there's buttons there, but the thing that goes on top of it that tells you what button is what is gone. Okay? Cool. I kind of know where the buttons are and what they do. I got this. So we go out there and I push the power button, which is not labeled. It turns on. But the digital display is only showing bits and pieces because something's wrong with the digital display all of a sudden. And where it would normally say the temperature, like 220, 230, whatever, it said like 2 horseshoes. Just at the bottom of the screen. Because the rest of the top of the screen is not working. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that I keep it at 220 degrees most of the time when I'm smoking stuff. I cook it low and slow, right? The max it goes to is 250, so we're good within that range. Put the wood chips in there, turn it on, put the meat in there. It looked like it was on. It felt warm like it was on. I go back in the house. I come out an hour later and I'm like, I don't smell smoke. And normally it's billowing by now. And I look in there and it was browning on the outside, but no smoke. So I'm like, messing with the digital settings again. Maybe I turn up the heat. At the 4-hour mark, I go to check on it. And I open it up and I'm like, there's still no smoke. And the wood chips have not been touched. So now this beautiful brisket has been sitting in a hot box in the baking sun for 4 hours. And the smoker is not turned on. So I'm like, okay, but it looked browned. So maybe it was just at like 175 degrees. Okay. So I bring the brisket in the house. And at this point, I'm going to put it in the oven. Because I just figured that maybe there was a timer set and it auto turned off by the time I got out there, or I'm going to put it in the oven. Just in case. I come in the house and I wrap it in foil. I took its temperature. It was at 111 degrees. Which when you're smoking low and slow like that, for the center to be 111 degrees, that's not really abnormal. So I'm like, okay, maybe we're safe. Put it in the oven, and I turned the oven on. And I walked away. My oven and the smoker have Bluetooth and connect to my husband's phone. Okay. I'm not sure what happened, but the oven went off. And an hour later, when he came home from work, I went to go check on the progress, only to realize the oven is not on. And now this meat has sat in the oven for an hour, not actually on. I cannot trust that this meat is safe to feed my family at this point. So I had to throw this $20 brisket directly into the garbage. And can I tell you, it about killed me. Because I was not 100% sure that it was not at 100 degrees because it was sitting in the full sun in a black heavy metal box and was just sitting there rotting. I'm not positive on that because the wood never lit. And then the oven, I have no idea if the oven ever really fully went on. So when I say I cried about it. That's 3 nights worth of meat that I just threw in the garbage because the electronics in the house are not currently working properly. There's nothing wrong with that stove. I don't know why it got turned off. And I want to blame my husband, but I don't think that I can. But something happened that the oven got turned back off. So I had a delicious salad for dinner instead of brisket. It was good though. It was a good salad. The rest of the family heated up stuff from the freezer. Juju had egg rolls, gluten-free egg rolls, and gluten-free pot stickers. Mr. Cinnamon had an Asian-style meal he heated up, and little man had a 99-cent microwave pizza. And yeah, that was my mega fail of the day. Because I was making a tiny dinosaur. Honestly, I didn't start making the tiny dinosaur until after I was having the meltdown because I had to throw the brisket in the garbage. Yeah. It was real fun. It was a real fun day. But we're gearing up towards the end of the school year. We only have a couple more days. And all little man has left to do is math. And then he's done with the 5th grade. And honestly, I thought about canceling the last 5 assignments and just calling it a day and saying, hey, you're done. You graduated 5th grade, because neither one of us are really into it at this point. We're kind of already on vacation mode, but that happens at the end of the school year anyway. If you think about every child who's ever gone to a public school or even a private school, the end of the year, the teachers check out about a month before school is done. The kids check out about a month before school is done. Everybody's counting down till summer vacation. And that's just where we're at. I am most certainly checked out at this point. I'm just like, yeah, we're going to have a break. We're going to have a little bit of a break. We're going to learn in different ways over the summer, and we're going to have a break for the formal learning, and I'm really looking forward to the break. A little bit of time off for myself. As it is, the both of us have been kind of sleeping and haven't been starting school until about noon. But that works for both of us because neither one of us sleep real good. And we seem to fall asleep real good at around 4 o'clock in the morning. I think my child is going to have to be a night shift worker when he is an adult. Because it is darn near impossible to sleep at night for both of us. It's wild. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed spending this time with me talking about craziness and something I never thought I would get into this much, which is dinosaur amigurumis. And then I started thinking of a nickname for the dinosaur amigurumis. And I was like, all right, let's mush dinosaur and amigurumis together. And so I was thinking of amisaurs. And I'm like, but is there a dinosaur called an amisaur already? Or it could be a dinogurumi. Either way, amisaurs or dinogurumis. We got them. All sizes too. I also kind of want to make a tortoise because that's a tortoise head. And those are tortoise feet. I would just need a tortoise shell for the body and not as long of a tail. I really like this little guy. I really like him. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I think I'm going to take a break. I think I'm going to be done crocheting, and I will work on the egg maybe tomorrow. And I think I'm just going to go upstairs and go to bed. I'm really, really tired. It's been a long day. And I actually got up and got dressed today instead of staying in my pajamas, which is a rarity here. I'm like, if I ain't going anywhere, I don't need to get dressed. But I got dressed because RJ was here this morning. And it's just a little bit weird. I slept in my moo-moo last night, and my moo-moo was so comfortable. But also, like, when you lift your arms in a moo-moo, like, this is all open, and I'm not trying to show that off to nobody. Nobody needs to see side boob. Yeah. That's from Family Guy. If you know, you know. Anyway, I'm going to take me and my Bubbaloo, my Benjamin. You go to bed? He's knocked out. And I'm actually going to upload this from bed, but I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know. But I hope you're having a fantastic day, and just know that my love is with you, and my insanity is probably with you too. Bye, guys.